Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and I'm happy to bring you the DJI Phantom 3 Professional. Now this is the 4K camera version. They also have a lesser Phantom 3, which is Phantom 3 Advanced, that only has a 1080p camera, but it's twice the frames per second of the old model Phantom 2 Vision Plus. It does 1080p 60 frames per second. This one right here is the big kahuna. It does 4K 30 frames per second. And you can check the link within this video's description to find more videos and photos and where to order this online. And I'm going to be sure to post an abundance of accessories there, prop guards, etc. So this is just the unboxing video. I want to show you what's in the box, and I couldn't be happier. I have been ninja checking the tracking status, because this has been a 4K Phantom is something I've wanted ever since I was disappointed by the announcement of the DJI Inspire 1, because I thought that was going to be the Phantom 3 with 4K, and it wasn't. But this is the Phantom 3 with 4K. Ho ho ho! Got your manual. It says, warning, read and understand the user manual and all other safety instructions before using this equipment. And actually, you know what, normally I laugh at safety notifications, but that's so important, because if you search the internet, people are like, oh, my Phantom flew away and this, that, and the other. Well, read the manual. That is good, solid advice. So you got the manual here. Now, I would not limit my reading of the manual to what's included. I would go out on the internet. I would check the link within this video's description and look at 400 or below, and obviously refer to the manual first, but find the videos and information that's there as well for potential additional value. This is cool. They've got these in gold. These are the stickers you can put on your Phantom. You get gold. You get silver, and they're shiny. It's got like a reflectiveness to it, which is really cool. You get red. You get this kind of purplish pink, I guess you'd call it. Wow. Then you get this metallic blue color. So that's really sweet, and you're gonna love. And I haven't posted it yet, but check the link within this video's description, because as soon as I do, you'll find it there. But I'm putting quick disconnect prop guards on this Phantom 3, and I'm also fitting it for a custom case, so you'll be able to find that as well. But I'm going to use these stickers to coordinate the colors with whatever I go with that. Get you a quick start guide, and then the list of everything that's in the box, which that's nice, they included that. Intelligent flight battery. Some information about the battery. Now this is a different battery. Even though it may look similar cosmetically, it's a different battery than the Phantom 2, so be sure to use Phantom 3 batteries with your Phantom 3. And then safety guidelines and disclaimer. I tell you, they've really, we haven't even gotten into the real goodness yet, but their included materials are really nice. And you can tell they're doing well, because there was no shortage of sticker variety in there. I mean, you can make this thing look however you want to using those included stickers. So that's going to be fun to figure out what to use. Nice packaging here. I always keep these boxes because, as you know on my channel, I always upgrade to the latest and greatest drone, and it's good to keep that, because if I ever do sell this to get a DJI Phantom 5, I've got the packaging that fits it perfectly. And also this packaging is nice because if you don't have a case yet, it's a way to at least transport to and from the field on a budget. Let's just go through this. This is cool. It says DJI, and it's a little stuff sack. You can tell the company's doing well because they include niceties such as this stuff sack. I mean, in the past, oh, very cool. So you've got all your propellers in there. And they have a, this is kind of cool, because if you've watched my unboxing video of the Phantom 2 Vision Plus and the Phantom 2, you know these were just kind of in a plastic bag. But what's cool about this, you can see they've got a little shrink wrap over that to indicate that the propeller has not been used. And that's convenient because obviously all that I'll do, I'll take out the propellers that I'm using for flight, and then this way I'll be able to distinguish those, the ones that I've already used, from the ones that I have not yet used because of the presence of this clear shrink wrap over the middle indicating they have not been used. So you get one set, two sets of propellers. So obviously if you broke all four, you would have four more. Now keep in mind, there's four of each kind because there's the black centered ones and the silver centered ones. But if you choose to use the quick disconnect prop guard solution that I will feature on 400 or below, check the link within this video's description, you may be able to prolong the life of your props by not, anytime you land, it's easy to topple over. Now looking at these props, they do have a different tactile feel than the Phantom 2. I've heard that they may be the same props, but that's something I've got to confirm. But I don't plan to have to buy new props anytime soon because, like I said, I've got two sets here, and I'll have those quick disconnect prop guards on, so I'm not really concerned about breaking any props. So that's really nice. That stuff's like that is a high class gesture on behalf of DJI to put their props in something like that. Now we got the new controller. Immediately, the weight of this controller, I would say it's, I'm not good with guesstimating weight, but just feeling it in my hands, it's at least 2 or 3 times the weight of the Phantom 2 or Phantom 2 Vision Plus controller. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm saying when you pick this up, you can feel quality. It's like we've done well with our drones. We've done well with our Phantom series. So we're going to give that customer a very high quality feeling controller. This is, you get this in your hands, and I'm not just saying this to sound funny. You put this in your hands and you're going to feel the quality. It's a very heavy controller. I wish everything was made this heavy nowadays. You get stuff and it's made out of cheap plastic and it's lightweight, and you can tell they're proud of this controller. They're like, yeah, we're not just going to look good, but we're going to feel good too, Just that kind of mentality. I bet that's what the designers were thinking when they were making this. They're like, yeah, we're going to put those other drones to shame. And they really need to work on that because, yeah, GoPro, calendar year 2015, they're putting out a drone. So I'm sure all the drone manufacturers, even the top dog right now, DJI, they're probably sweating in their boots. Being like, man, we really got to put something out to impress. The tactile feel of this is amazing. The weight is amazing. Look at that snazzy little pop-up to put your smartphone or your tablet. Look at that. It's rubberized on the top and bottom to prevent slippage, to prevent damaging your device. It's got a, let's see how this goes up. I haven't read the manual yet, but this pops up to accommodate different size devices. I'm going to use it with iPhone 6 Plus. But I'm not going to break it. I'm going to read the manual first. So we'll just take off this plastic wrap here. This is just the unboxing video. But wow, seriously, the weight of this is like, it's incredible. And that's the cool thing about this. You don't have to deal with batteries. It's got a, it's rechargeable. Let's see if that's the, I think that may be the recharge. Yeah, I think it probably is. Recharge port right there, covered up with a little rubberized thing. And the feel of this rubberized feel on the side, it's anti-slip. Also on the back, you've got that nice anti-slip rubberized feel. You've got a C1 and a C2 toggle on the bottom. You've got this up here. You got a play button. You've got that button. You've got this button. You got a little toggle switch. Looks like a record button. You've got a power button and a return home button. Got some more shrink wrap on this, I think. No, it was just a piece of shrink wrap that fell off. You've got two different style USB ports. See under there? Look at that. You got this metal thing, so when you're sitting it on a table, it doesn't scratch up the bottom. I mean, this is high tech right here. It really is. And then your thumbsticks, just like the upgraded. If you had the original version of the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, you knew that the right stick didn't behave like this. But this'll lock back. Let's see if it locks down for landing. I don't know. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I don't think it does. Because that was something they had with the upgraded controller, where if you were landing, it would hold down and it would stay down. But we're going to take this out in the field. This is just the unboxing video. But wow, look at that controller. I mean, that is cool. And what's also cool, see how nicely these antennas fold down? So when you're putting this in your case, those fold down, this folds down. That's what I like to see. I like to see an emphasis upon enhanced portability. And that's where they failed with the Inspire 1. They made things too big. This is the perfect form factor in my opinion. It's big enough to where it'll cut through the wind. It's got a very nice 4K camera. And this controller, wow. But, okay, I'm going to stop obsessing over this controller because we've got more in this box here. Now, we've got our Phantom 3. And it's got, just like the previous Phantoms, you got these little things that say ensure that the propeller is securely tightened before flying. I would obviously do that. And actually that brings up a point. You never want to over tighten with these self-tightening propellers, but obviously you want to make sure that they're on sufficiently. Not having propellers on properly could be catastrophic. So let's go ahead and pull this out. And, ooh, that was a little gimbal guard for the Phantom. Now before we look at the Phantom, let's see what else is in here because I'm going to get this box out of the way. These are the accessories. You're probably familiar with this if you've had the previous Phantom 2 or Phantom 2 Vision Plus. You know, you get this little swag bag with get those little extra spongy things for your gimbal, and you get the prop wrench and the little the gimbal things that prevent the gimbal from falling off the bottom. Those little gimbal lockers or whatever you call them. I'm going to put this back in here. That's something I always have in my field bag, in my carrying case, just in case. And now we've got the charger. Again, new battery, new charger. It's not the same as the previous Phantom version, so do not, and I repeat, do not attempt to use your old Phantom 2 batteries or Phantom 1 batteries with the new Phantom 3. You need to use Phantom 3 batteries. And you can find all of that. Check the link within this video's description. I'm going to put it all there. So that's everything from this little box. Let's see what all we got in this little box here. So we got the wall charger. Again, it's apparent the DJI is doing well. I can tell by just the design of this wall charger. It looks more polished from a cosmetic perspective. When you look at it, you know, it's kind of like the Apple thing. You look at Apple devices and it's like, man, I don't need that, but they just look so cool. This is just a wall charger, and it just looks so cool. Let's see here. We've got a little zippy tie on it. Get that thing off here. And I mean, they were so proud when they designed this. They even put this little shrink wrap tape on all the little components of this cable to prevent scratching. And they even took the time to put their logo on it. On that little bitty piece right there, they're like, like, we want you to know what kind of drone you got. There we go. It's coming off now. But yeah, just very professional looking branding on this thing here. And then you've got your you got the end piece here. Wow, I mean, they taped all this stuff up. They want to make these unboxing videos more exciting, you know. They're like, I bet when we send these off to people like that Irix Guy's Adventure channel, they'll want to take every little piece of shrink wrap off. That's right, I do. So that pops down. You can see right there, completely different design for the battery charger. That's nice because if someone did have multiple drones, this would better ensure that they would likely not attempt to use the incorrect charger for the incorrect battery type. So we got more shrink wrap on that. That's all the shrink wrap. I mean, these things, they had a design team going in being like, hey man, how can we make a charger look cool? And they accomplished that. I mean, this is a wall charger. Come on, this is awesome. This really is awesome. And then you get the, you know, the cable right here that you can plug into your wall. Now, one thing and maybe I'm missing it. Yeah. What I don't see, and it's not a problem for me, but in the past, I think you used to get the international style cables. This is what you call a United States plug right here. It's probably, what is it, a 110 or a 1? I forget what you call it. It's if you're in the United States like I am right now, this is what fits in your wall. So that came with it. And then obviously you get this little USB cable. Firmware updates, very important. Even this USB cable looks customized. And not only do they put their brand on one end, they put their brand on both ends. Look at that, DJI. And then they even reinforced where the tip of the cable meets the cable. I mean, this is built to last. Good quality, good quality. And that's everything in the box. Now let's obsess over this Phantom 3 Professional here. So the first thing you're going to notice, out of the box it has the gold stickers attached. But as you saw earlier, it comes with a variety of different colors. Looking at it, having been very familiar with all the previous Phantoms, the Phantom 1, the Phantom 2, the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, you're going to feel right at home with the form factor. Just looking at this, the immediate things that I noticed, subtle differences. These little lights down here under the bottom, they're smaller pieces. This landing gear seems to be a little bit taller and a little bit wider. Obviously you have the ground sensor now, which is right there. You did not have the ground sensor in the previous generation Phantoms. And the big kahuna is this 4K Ultra HD camera. And again, this is the professional version. If you get the Phantom 3 Advanced, you're getting a 1080p Full HD that'll do 60 frames per second. But this one, the big kahuna, it'll do 4K at 30 frames per second. And something else you'll notice, and this is a nice touch, right there in red it says remove before flight, referring to the gimbal guard. And that's a point of failure that that a lot of people may have inadvertently encountered being newbies with the previous generation Phantoms. I like how you can see this arm of the gimbal. I never had problems with my Phantom 2 Vision Plus, but you can see how this arm of the gimbal seems to be more reinforced. Whereas the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, and again, I didn't have any problems with it, but some people said, oh, it would bend and this, that, and the other. This seems to be more durable. It seems like they've listened to feedback from people like you, from people like iRichSky's Adventure Channel, and they've responded with a with an improved gimbal design. Now, obviously, just like the previous generation gimbal, you do have your USB on one side where you can update the firmware, etc. And then on this side you have a Microsd slot. Now it does have a card in it. Let's see what it's got. Hey, that's pretty cool. 16 gig. It's got a 16 gig SD card, a micro SD card already in it. And it's a class 10. That's a nice touch. So actually, I mean, 16 gig for most people is probably sufficient. So I can use that. I was expecting to pull out like a little 2 gig or 4 gig or something cheesy like that. So again, that's another sign they're doing well. They're like, you know, we're gonna put some good stuff in here. We're not just gonna put in a card they've got to discard because it's so small. 16 gig is sufficient. You got your sticker on the back here. It says, to turn on, press once, then press and hold for 2 seconds. To turn off, press once. So the same type on-off scenario as the previous generation Phantoms. Now to look at this battery, you would think that cosmetically it's very similar to the previous generation Phantom batteries. But like I said, it is not the same. So be sure to use Phantom 3 batteries with your Phantom 3. Something I did notice, that when I pulled it out, it seemed to be a lot smoother action. Obviously it locks in properly, so it shouldn't fall out during flight. But the pulling in and out's a lot more silky smooth. So apparently they put some they put a lot of R&D into further enhancing the design of that. But yeah, just it seems to be a little bit taller. Like I said, it looks like the legs are taller and a little bit wider, and you'll notice subtle differences with the design. But the good thing is, if you're a Phantom, I don't know what the word is. I'm addicted to Phantoms, okay? If you're addicted to Phantoms like I am, you're going to appreciate these subtle design improvements, and you're even going to appreciate more that they did not step away from a proven and reliable platform like the Phantom. So again, this is just the unboxing video. Check the link within this video's description. I'm going to have an extensive set of photos, accessories, the quick disconnect prop guards, a carrying case. Everything that I use with this I will feature there. And this is just my first video. I can't wait to get it out in the field, and I can't wait to share my first flight experience and thousands of additional flights with you by way of iRichSky's Adventure Channel. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/iRichSky. And in case you were wondering, my initial impressions, well, you can probably decipher that from what I said in the video, but I mean, I am stoked. I mean, I have one thing I would ask, and this is a minor gripe. They did not include, they did all this pretty looking stuff, but they did not include a cover for the camera lens. That's the only thing negative I can say at this point in time. So thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe. youtube.com/iRichSky. Y'all have a good day.